Okay, hello everybody. I've been eating some tuna. I like drinking the oil. Tuna fixes your skin with vitamin A. Also, there's those other things related to biotin, can't remember what it's called. I'll tell you the secret of magic, but you're not allowed to tell anybody, okay? You gotta promise that you won't tell anyone. Okay, so I've got a magic book that is an absolute diabolical liar. And it says the secret of magic is occult. What does that really mean? It's figurative. Okay? So, I have these two books. I'll get them. Now, I had a few others, and I read a lot of them. It's called Dragonlance Chronicles. So in it, there's a couple of brothers. They're called twins, right? Test of the Twins. There's the Curse of the Twins, and there's such and so many. And there's a blue one with a blue dragon and a red dragon, and the colours, magic is pink, green is God and the earth, but it's the test of God, right? Representative of what the colours are. So this is the magic of Kryn, okay, or Kryn, you can call it. Kryn. Still, it's the same people. There's a bloodstone that heals people. They have them on the rivers in New Zealand. A real bloodstone would be back in the ancient land, back in England, where they have those places where the Holy Land was, and so forth. Before that, closer to Jerusalem. But it explains what magic is. And this guy Raistlin, he fasted. He didn't eat. He would only have some herb soups. There was a fly. I have a fly that lands on me, and it has this kindness. You can feel it just coming through your arteries. Just feel it going through you, man. Like some flies, they sit on shit and they drink the water off of it, and they stink, and they have no fucking idea that they don't even care. They love shit because they love to drink. They just want something to drink. But they got so far to fly, it's too far. Yeah, let's go back to magic, okay? So first, with flies, they share intent, and they need energy, and some of them are starving and they need some meat. What they do is they puke on you at the same time. When they suck up that puke, because the puke dissolves your skin, it'll sting, but they'll suck it up so fast they'll try not to let it dissolve and hurt you too much. They can tell what your feelings are. They know when you're hurt. They know it's going to hurt you, and you'll probably whack them off or something, you know. But they wouldn't want to hurt you, really. I had a fly. It could talk to me somehow. I don't know how I knew that it's what it wanted, but it wanted to communicate with me. I spoke to it, and I said, "Can you please help to heal me and tell me your secret of flight? Make it a part of me." Now, of course, no one believes flies can do anything. You won't believe flies. Listen to what you say. I spoke to a fly once and said, "What are you doing? You think you're a dog or a cat? You coming to follow me with the cat bowl, and you're eating the food?" Because my fault was I let him eat out of my bowl. And that was like, oh, he thinks he's my pet. So that's one thing about flies. Every creature talks in its own way. I'll tell you one more thing about a fly. Now I'll shut up about it. There was a fly. I went on my wound, where my old wound was. I thought it was a wound because it looked like a burn mark from way back. It took a lot of the pictures out of my mind. I can't quite see that picture anymore. It's been disguised by this fly. But took all them pictures out of my mind of burning my leg on a motorcycle. And then he started doing this weird dance, humming and buzzing. And it was going in me. I could feel it coming out in my brain. And I thought, oh, come on, that's got to be bullshit. And then I decided to starve from water. My body started doing some freaky buzzing. And I almost swear I was floating, eh? And that's the secret. The ZPM secret. What do bumblebees do? They go a bit more louder than that. A bit like a Buddhist. And yeah, they use vibration and sonics. And they've got all these fluffy fur things on them. And they resonate it until it's equal with the resistance of the air. By 0 point it's called. They come down to the 0 point. So it's like a negative magnetism. When you reach the 0 point of the magnetism, your weight becomes lighter. So they literally hum their way into lightness. Because they don't really eat, you see? That's the magician's secret. Practice starving. Short first. So like just a day. Miss a meal and then miss a few meals. And build up on your resistance. Because what it does is it triggers your survival instinct. Your body will heal all these damaging cells. Because it's trying to survive. Because it gets worried. The longer you make it, the more healed you'll be. The stronger you'll get. Sooner or later, your body will rather right now it's doing a trade-off. It says, well, you've had too much. I don't need to replace those cells. That's why they're damaged looking. My pussycat's meowing, gotta let him out. Train it up. Train your fasting up. When you mastered 2 years of training, don't tell anybody how long. I know they say that there's limits. I'm not drinking water. So abide by those. Drink water, because in water there's almost. Almost is pure life. Okay? It's that mana stuff. Mana is the one that makes magic work. So if you pray to God, a certain part of the Bible can make mana appear. Break it down, make bread out of it. What they do is they get the gold, they cook it 4,000 degrees or something bloody high until it excretes this almost stuff. And then they get that almost, they make it into glass, then they shatter it. Once the glass is shattered into a powder, they use it like a flour with water. Don't use tap water, use distilled water. So there's no metal content. Because the metal content will make you electrolytic. And that's like lightning coming out of your fingers. You want to be careful. Don't want to be heavy metal. Or you'll just like fill up with electricity. And it will destroy you. As you can see, I have destroyed myself a bit. Go outside and yell and swear with bare feet. Expect to be destroyed. Negative will destroy you if you've got bare feet on the grass. That's what it did to me. Also, I had shoes on, and I was praising the Lord. And I'm like, hang on. Isn't the positive for shoes on supposed to destroy you? Like in reverse electroplating? It corrupts the positive and destroys it? Yep. Oh no. So why do they go to church? Put shoes on, become ungrounded, and then they destroy themselves with hallelujah. You gotta be an idiot. Okay? If you're gonna not know what's going on, learn electroplating. Put a rubber mat under you, or even a plastic bowl. Fill it with water. Put a positive wire in, and the other one and a negative wire in. Now add onto the positive piece of gold. It will crumble and turn into dust. Let it settle. Turn it off when it's gone. Let it settle, and then Make sure the electric charge is drained. It takes about a day. The next day, come to it. You'll see that all the gold dust is settled. You can tip that off into a container. Don't throw it away. That's gold colloidal. You can drink that. It'll make you well and slowly become like a god. Okay? But if you get the gold dust, the concentrate at the bottom, so decant off all the gold colloidal, get the gold dust at the bottom, cook it gently or put it in the sun to evaporate, but don't let anyone nick off with it. Don't tell anyone what it is. But that gold colloidal, you can make ormus come out of it. You can melt it in a smelting gold melter in a crucible, pour it into a crucible, and then put the crucible in the smelter, get a gold mould, make it into a bar. But that's not what I was talking about. What you're supposed to do is learn how to make it into glass. So you get what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get real gold, or real gold coin. You're supposed to put a flame on it. Go get a map gas, hold it with a highly evolved metal or blade close to one. So you get a hammer. The head of a hammer is highly evolved metal. You get some pliers and you hold the coin, put it close to the hammerhead so that it shares its strength, highly evolved metal nature. It gets electrolytically relative. Okay, so hold it against it, burn the side that's facing you, and on the side that's facing the metal, it will push, excreting out this white to pinky kind of pearl dust. And that's true ormus. And it'll be like, I don't know, like pearl coloured, pink pearl. It's beautiful, like candy. And when you get it, excrete it until you count 5 seconds if you can. I heard you can burn it for 70 seconds. The temperature you can push it up to is only 4,000 degrees, and then it almost starts evaporating, disintegrating. You don't want it disintegrating. If you do, only disintegrate for 5 minutes, because if you push it up, what happens with forcing electronics or forcing heat is when they get to 4,000 degrees, they disintegrate, or maybe, just maybe, they evolve up an evolution of type. So if you go get you a, what's that thing, like element chart, so it shows all the elements, and you look at which are higher in the lower number, higher on the scale, purer and lighter. They get lighter as they go up, and denser and go down to lead. Then they get lower. What the fuck is that on my finger? Up close you can see it. So it's something yellow. Anyway, the lower it goes down, the more heavier it gets, and the higher in numbers that the call it atomic weight is. Okay, so once you've gotten that stuff out, just make it and scrape it off the coin. Get as many coins as you can, because it's $700 each. Scrape them off, and pet your cat. Scrape them off, and you like that alarm? Was it alarm? He always says to me, alarm. That's him thanking me and telling me how good it was. I got a can this big, not as big as mine, this big, and I got it from the food bank. Thank you for that, Freemasons. Okay, go back to the topic. Stay on topic. The topic was, I'm supposed to let the cat out. I want the cat to get used to being around, you know? Like, I got a magic book, and it came with a free cat. The SPCA heard that I got a magic book, so they got me a free cat, because everyone who does magic has to have a cat. Hey, pussycat, here he is. Here's my pussycat. Come here, pussycat. I don't know where he come from, but they said his name is Hoo Hoo. My daughter goes on hoo-hoo. She sings Māori stuff. Yep, we're in New Zealand and people are Maori. Now the real way to say it is Māori. According to these Tūhoe tribe. So apparently they have legends about Maui, who was a god. And his brothers were just like him, but he wasn't a giant like them, I don't think. Shatter the gold. Consider the powder as flour. Mix it with water. Bake you a scone. But don't rub butter in it, unless you like butter. But anyway, you got to rub the flour and the butter to make crumbling. And don't rub it too much, or the heat from your hands will melt the butter too much. You want to have the butter at a sandy texture, but not over melted. Okay, because if you rub it with too much heat, it's going to rub in and become a hard crust. You're just going to get a crappy crust. So make you some bread. Eat that bread. It'll be mama. But you got to fast. That means starving. Fast means starve. Okay. So yeah, you have to stop saying that food is yum or taste or any of that shit. Fucking pisses me off when I find out that people, oh, I can't eat that because it's yuck. You go ahead and say your fucking bullshit. And you know, you find that you're peeling because you don't eat enough calcium, or maybe you had too much calcium, or maybe you haven't washed with water enough. Whatever your problem is, it's personal, and mind over matter can beat it. So you've got to conquer your greed and your evil-minded selfishness. You've got to defeat it. So, there's a book around here, a Christian book, and it's fasting. The magicians, they consume gold leaves. And it makes their superconductivity. You see, back in Adam and Eve's day, do you really think that they were going to destroy God's garden and gobble it up? Well, apparently they had the genes that could make them live for 5,000 years. So they probably did, with God's help. But once they got close to the end of the 5,000 years, what do you think they did? They're like, I've got to die. That's my destiny. Been told that I only live 5,000 years. Now I've got to consider it. So it must be that's what they did. They considered dying. Did anyone think about that? So anyway, it's a prayer and fasting book. Fast for 21 days. You can go to hospital and make up an injury first. So you got a reason you can make yourself be there. They can help you with fixing that. I also want to say I wanted to fast for 21 days, but I need to be watched over in case I'm dying or something. Someone can rush in and give me whatever it is, calcium injection or something to keep me alive. And they give you super greens and calcium injection and super ormus. It's $1,000 a teaspoon. Ormus is ORMUS, but the real one, made from gold, which I just explained, it's ORMES. So you figure out what it is. But there was a guy named David Hudson, or I think it's John Hudson. He originally found it. He sprinkled hydrochloric acid on his sodium-enriched farms, which were close to the beach. So it had salt, and they had to get rid of it. But this brown stuff was explosive. You could just get a little bit of it. Just didn't know what it was. It was excreting. When you threw it, it was like nitric acid, or what's that one with the dynamite? Nitroglycerin. Yeah, it's a bit like that. But apparently when it hit the ground, it exploded with light. It didn't explode with like explosion. It exploded into creating light. So they found out that it was light food. Light for the mind and the body and the soul, the spirit food. The magicians didn't say much, they just said that there was blue mana. Make blue mana. So what is blue mana? The magic mana? The secret is push up the pH level using sodium hydroxide and indicator. So you use litmus, I call it litmus because I'm slack with New Zealand accent, but it's spelled litmus strips. Buy them, get them, and when they change to the blue colour, so as you add the sodium hydroxide to the salt seawater, dip it in until it comes out up to the level that you think it should be. Personally, I like 10.78 pH. It's a nice green lion colour. If you're crazy bastard and you want to get it up to blue, remember this. Wash that chemical out of there. Only keep the milk there. Get rid of the salty taste. Watch out because sodium hydroxide is very caustic. Very bad for you and dissolves your insides. I had so much sugar in me. They're very cunning. They figured that out. The doctors, I mean. So what they did was they make sure you have some. And they say, oh, diabetes this, diabetes that. You know what diabetes is? They give you sodium hydroxide in a pill. And then it washes you out like a drain cleaner because sodium hydroxide is a drain cleaner. So what about it? Well, it washes out all the sugars and all the things clogging you up. Cholesterol and stuff. And then when you piss it out, it's very dark because it's all the greed that you've had. And washes you clean of a lot of your colouring. You know, your brown hair like I've got. Yeah, well, sodium hydroxide has been washing me off my carbon, if that makes any sense to you. Pigments, you know. It's like a bleach, but it's an alkaline kind of, similar to an acid. It's an evolution of positive. Now, I've been wearing my shoes, living in a house which has got a ground, but it's at the other end. And I live in this end. I'm getting corrupted by my own actions. Be very aware of what you're actually doing. Gonna consume almost with still got sodium hydroxide in it? You're a fucking idiot. You'll dissolve on the inside. Or you'll piss out all your nutrients or electrolytes. I had to go to hospital because I pissed out a lot of electrolytes. These electrolytes, they have to get them from sheep. And they gotta fill you up again. They get the stomach acid, stick it back in you. They get the calciums, they stick it back in you. But they don't know how long it's going to stay there. And when I went for a piss, they said, dude, don't piss. What? Don't piss. Oh, am I going to burst? No, if you piss out your electrolytes, it's going to make you start dying. So see the greying? That's me pissing out my electrolytes, apparently. They make up good stories, eh? Who knows what's true? But when they gave me these insulin injections, they said, oh no, you're diabetic. They forced that on my head, right? So you know, yeah, you're diabetic. And then they injected this insulin shit. And I just went from fat to skinny instantly. And I had all this power. Power like coming out my eyes. It's like lightning coming out of my eyes. And I was a wizard or some shit, and I could just like reach out to things and move them around and things. And they were saying, don't worry, Leslie, it's going to wear off. But what about the resistance? Well, you've only had 3 injections of it. I'm going, are you trying to kill me? No, we're just trying to make you stronger. Apparently there's all these open, shut doors. If you take too much, the doors will get locked open and then way too much will come through. then you get resistant to it, but the doors are damaged, you can't shut the doors. Other times, use a negative magnet on your body, and it will shut the magnet. It'll shut the doors. Fuck, I'm tired of talking shit, eh? 25 minutes, that's the longest I've said nothing important. Is there any truth in what rambling I say? I want you to go test it out. And when you look in the sunshine reflecting off of you at a close photo, you will notice that you got gold reflecting in your skin. Is it you, or is it the sun that's made out of gold? I think it could be a reflection of the sun, personally. I'm just a chunk of meat. Because I never fast, hardly ever. Mind you, in saying that, I never really eat. Only if I think that it's something I can run to and eat. Then yeah, it's like eating, man. Just eat, eat, eat. What's important? Is God more important than eating? Is selfishness more important than eating? Is selflessness the secret to magic? Is mindset, mind over matter? Is what you believe true? What is really going on? I believe that it's expansion. And there are times when there's no power coming from the sun on those objects and they deflate. So they compact back into their true self, true form. I still haven't figured out why everything goes red. But I think that salt tempers it, and I think that cooling is essential. There's something that I'm lacking. Usually, lack of minerals is what causes disease. So what causes COVID? Lack of garlic, lack of wealth, lack of health. Being greedy, does that still make you consume the things that your body needs? I heard aloe vera does give you good stuff. Some things, it's very good stuff. I'm not an alien.